Earlier, I was listening to Ashley's post over at Reality Sliders, Mandela Affected, and her latest post, I wrote this down, her latest post was Mandela Effect, the not-affected from loved ones to trolls. And I agreed with a lot of what she said. I can relate to a lot of what she said, and I really felt a lot of what she said. And it's just under a half an hour long, and I probably watched at least half of it twice, and maybe even more than that. And I know where she's coming from, and I feel where she's coming from. I mean, it's a lot to deal with, because you're dealing with people that behavioral changes. And you're noticing them now where you didn't before. And some people, you can't be pushed because, they just can't handle it. And some folks just can't see. And that's all there is to it. And I don't know why we can, but I've always had a hunch, a feeling, basically more than that. I'm convinced that we were looking for it, something along these lines or something like this. I mean, I was at least open to it, the possibility. I'm always seeking. I wasn't saying I was looking for some, something like the Mandela effect, but to believe that it's possible, sure. Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty vivid imagination. I can imagine a lot of things. I understand where she's coming from, and she commented about trolls, and she commented about, critics and skeptics and their insults and criticisms, and without really looking into it themselves, and just rip people as if we don't have enough to think about, So I really get that. She talked about family and friends, and all of us who are affected get that. Good video. I would definitely say go check it out. Mandela Effect, the non-affected from loved ones to trolls. Reality Sliders, Mandela Affected, and it's Ashley. I love her accent. Anyway, yeah, she just encouraged the critics to research rather than harass, What else are you going to say? Educate yourself. But I've been noticing in the comment sections of Mandela videos where people are like trying to tell people that it isn't real. They haven't been affected, And I'm like, well, who are you talking to? I mean, you're certainly not going to convince any of us who are experiencing it. I mean, so you can only be talking to the people who aren't, which are just like you, because you can't see it either. So I ripped Teal Swan and her video on the Mandela effect because, to be honest, she pissed me off. She triggered me. I don't like to be gaslighted. I don't like to be told there's something wrong with my memory when I know for a fact that there's not. I don't like to be reminded that, everybody is against you when it's not true. It's not true at all. There's lots of people who have the exact same memories. So it's not anything wrong with my memory. And that kind of ignores the other side of the coin as well, which is, whose memory is superior, and what are you trying to say? So I thought it was laziness on her part, as far as she didn't do her due diligence in researching any part of this far enough to do anything except for repeat what other people said. That's my opinion. Here's somebody that isn't affected, trying to explain to other people who aren't affected what the Mandela effect is. And then trying to insinuate that those of us who are experiencing it are somehow massively hallucinating or something. I don't know. So I basically accused her of societal gaslighting in a roundabout way. Said that she was trying to explain it away. Which, and like I said, like who are you explaining it to? You're not going to explain it to anybody who's been affected, because we know better. We're experiencing it. They're still repeating what they're told. That's all. So how awake can you be? And I was kind of surprised that came from her, to be honest. Because, I thought she would be more enlightened than that. I mean, that was like, you gotta go watch the video. I don't know what it is, but if you look her up and you look up Mandela effect, you'll find it, because I think she only did the one. That's one of the things that really bother me, is when someone tries to question my memory about something that I'm absolutely positive about. I mean, if I had any question about something as trivial as Fruit Loops before, I certainly don't now, because I've seen it go from OO to UI to OO again. I don't know what to say. I know what I saw. So, misremembering, excuse the hell out of me, but I'm not misremembering anything. Anyway, Ashley, thanks. You inspired this little rant. I think we need to let it out sometimes. And I tell you what, I'm getting sick and tired of people who have got no place to stand. Nothing to stand on. What are they talking from? Where are they talking from? I'm sick of people like that, just belittling other people. For why? For why? You gotta wonder. You really gotta question the motives, and you gotta look at the energy involved as well. Think about that, because they're spending a lot of energy. They're investing a lot of their time to do what they're doing. And think about that. So this is what I would call resistance, and background noise and chatter and distraction, but resistance for sure to what we're saying. So we're on to something, right? I think we are. But yeah, I would give everybody else the same kind of challenge. I mean, just because I can see this doesn't mean that I'm not naturally a skeptic. I'm very skeptical about a lot of things when I first start looking at them. So I suggest you zip a lip and do a little research before you start making comments. If you aren't even experiencing it, it's kind of hard to give anybody advice on it. And I don't know, just do some research. I think you might be surprised. Not about trying to tell anybody that they're misremembering anything or there's something wrong with their head. It has nothing to do with that. It's just all about what we're experiencing right now. There's something going on. This is pretty incredible. And I'm seeing an alarming bit of programming going on here. And I thank God that I can see through some of that. And I'm glad that I'm affected, even though I can completely understand why it's attractive not to be. Because there's definitely a really, really, really big downside to this. But to me, the upside, I guess, is just the fact that I'm so thankful that I'm at least aware enough to see this much. You know? And I'm glad there's other people out there. We tend to be thoughtful people, I think. And this is definitely bringing us together. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to bring a bunch of aware people together. So, and we're all really trying to figure this out. And even though it can be kind of painful sometimes, it's kind of cool to know that we got other people out there that are going through some of the same things. Like Ashley, and like me, and like you guys. So anyway, it's Friday night, and I think I might crack an ale and kick back and watch something entertaining, or maybe just sit out on the deck if it's not raining too much anymore. Just take in some nature. Nothing wrong with that. It's the best Wi-Fi connection in the world. Anyway, you guys have a good one.